to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The introductions may take longer than the meeting this morning, but welcome to the meeting here on March 12th at 8:30 a.m. For those of you that attended the University of South Dakota, they fought long and hard against the SDSU Rabbits, but unfortunately came out a little short. But
we all bleed red this morning.
In more ways than one.
Commissioner, I do want to remind you, you wanted to keep it brief today.
Well, I'm trying just to put it a little longer than normal. Commissioners, do we have any changes to the agenda that we need to make? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Awesome.
Motion by Landine and second by Commissioner Gibbon. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
How's the battle going this morning?
It's going. It's
Good.
going. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it.
Any other comments? If not, please call the roll.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes. Okay, we cleared that hurdle. Now we have the consent agenda. Is there any public comment on the 5 items on the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Poppins. Any comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes. Okay, we have the regular agenda. Item number 1, board action to purchase crack seal and the other stuff that goes on the crack seal. Terry Churchill.
Good morning. I got for you board action to purchase crack sealant and mastic sealant off the Yankton County bid. So basically, crack sealant is going to be at 67 cents a pound, and mastic sealant is going to be 60 cents a pound. Again, this purchase, we have budgeted about $115,000 for this year, so we shouldn't exceed that number, I wouldn't think so.
Terry, how does that number compare to last year?
I'm going to be slightly up from last year because we're starting to do more of this.
The per unit price.
Oh, pricing? I think maybe a nickel.
Thank you.
Any other questions for our highway superintendent? Okay. Is there public comment on this board action to purchase crack sealant and mastic sealant from Yankton County bid? Hearing none. Commissioners?
I would so move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Poppins, second by Aaron's. No comments. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Terry.
Thank you, Terry. Item number 2, board action to approve employee handbook update. Tracy.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tracy Humphrey, HR Director. Having board action to approve the employee handbook updates 10.2 and 10.3 to conform our PTO policy to the new software protocols. There's no changes being made to the PTO policy. We are, as in like the accrual amounts or the cost to the county, it's just moving it from a 24 payrolls a year to 26 payrolls a year for that leave accrual, because currently there's 2 times a year where they don't do leave accrual, but our new software needs it to match whatever our payroll is.
Okay. Further questions for our HR Director? Hearing none, any public comment? All right. Well, I haven't got any more questions, so please call the roll.
Is that a motion?
Can I get
How about a
A
motion?
motion, excuse me, I about jumped the gun. I was trying to hit under 5 minutes here. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Landine. No further comments, now call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We now have reached the time for public comment. So the mic is open. Time for public comment.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm
Morning.
Linda Montgomery from Fairview, South Dakota. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, I have not been the best communicator in speaking with you. I hope today that changes. For my purpose today is to become before you to speak for those who cannot or are unable to come to speak about the topic I'm discussing. I felt God has been putting me on this mission for the last 3 years to help restore trust in our elections. I am coming to you today to talk about hand counting at the precinct level, to restore transparency in our elections. We are not the enemy, we are your neighbors. We ask that we return to hand counting where we as neighbors go to our local precinct and vote. After that vote is complete and the polls close, other neighbors come in and count that vote. This is true transparency for those who need help to vote that will be given by their neighbors or by their family members. No one will be prevented from casting a ballot. The issue is we have lost trust in our election system. It's a third party that runs our election through the machines. And as throughout the last 3 years, we have been unable to audit those machines or even audit the ballots. I know they say, well, this year will be different. And I say, no, I can't wait that long. We need to know that our vote counts. We need to stand up and make sure that our neighbors are the ones that are counting our ballots to restore true transparency in our elections. Again, we are not your enemy, we are your neighbors, and we just want full transparency in our elections. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. Further public comment? Hearing none. Now is the time for commissioners to have any reports or any comments they would wish to make.
Mr. Chairman, last week I had the opportunity to attend the Springdale Township Annual Meeting. Went very well, very smooth this year. We had a good discussion about both township issues, and then they wanted to ask about some county issues that are going on. Obviously up in Springdale, which is the northeasternmost part of the county, a lot of pressure from growth in Sioux Falls. We had a good discussion about the large population boom that's been going on up there. Big concern to the folks up there that run the township is travel on Southeastern Avenue. You know, there's literally thousands of vehicles every day on those 3-mile stretch of gravel road up there. And a lot of it is just driven by Sioux Falls traffic, of course, as a lot of people know. And the township just feels like many of the townships that border these growing urban areas, that the growth is just too much for them to keep up with, given the governmental restrictions and restraints on, you know, how to do, how to take care of road funding. There also is another issue that I wanted to talk about. The township decided to do an opt-out, I believe, for somewhere around $85,000 in order to help pay for a culvert, pretty large culvert that had to be placed, and it requires an extensive amount of construction because it's not just a regular ditch. It's about a 30-foot drop-off out there just north of Springdale Church. So there's a lot of construction costs that go into it, and they did the opt-out because they didn't have the money, basically, to do the fix without doing the opt-out. And one of the things we talked about them with is whether or not that culvert would be considered eligible for this program that the county has, where the counties were given this money from the state, and then we passed that through to the townships for some of those fixes. And for whatever reason, apparently what happened was the culvert is too short in width to apply for that program. So I told them we'd take a look at that, but unfortunately it's just not eligible. And so that's a pretty big chunk of change that it would be nice to take that pass-through from the state to help the township, but unfortunately it's not going to happen here. So that tax increase is going to get passed along to taxpayers in Springdale. And then the other thing we talked about was, just one last thing, was using county bootstrapping, I call it, off of county bids to purchase materials for the road, gravel, chemicals, things like that. And they appreciated the ability to be able to use that. And I think, just so the folks at home know this, what we've been seeing here at the county a lot more is we're bootstrapping off other county bids as well. It's basically buying in bulk, and it makes things cheaper because we increase our ability to have better purchasing power. So they appreciated the ability to do that. They thought there was a good line of communication between them and Terry Floyd, our highway superintendent, so that's pretty good. And basically the big issue with townships is mostly the roads anyway. So that's my report from Springdale Township, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. I don't know, I have attended many of those myself, and I do think it's a wonderful way to communicate from the county to the townships, that we do understand their difficult situation they face with limited resources. But any other public comment, or any other comments from the commissioners? If not, I don't have any other things on our agenda, and we do need to go into an executive session. So I need a motion and the rationale of why we're going in under South Dakota state law. So do we
Mr.
have
Chairman, it'll be subsection 3 and 4.
subsection 3 and 4?
Mr. Chairman, make a
Yep.
motion to go in under subsection 125-2 sub 3 sub 4.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Landine. Any comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's,
Yes.
Commissioner Landine,
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon,
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes. Motion carries. We are now in executive session.
Second.
Who had the motion?
Joel can have the motion, I'll second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Landine to come out of executive session. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Is Commissioner Gibbon back with us?
No.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes. We are out of executive session. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Aaron, second by Landine. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, guys.